Now what?
You have to get them out of there!
Who? What happened?
This little box came from me, and when I opened it, all these bugs came pouring out. They're all over the place in there. You have to get them out before they lay eggs or something.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Just go in there and put them back in the box they came in. Carefully. Don't kill any of them. Nothing good ever comes from killing things.
Don't worry, I'll get them out of there for you.
Bless you.
Yuck! That must be the box they came in. Oh, these guys are fast! Oh my gosh! The letters in these fonts look exactly like the ones that were used in one of those threatening notes Manette got. Which means Heather must have sent it. Gotcha! Oh, nuts, I was this close. Dear Miss Manette, the books on the women of the French resistance, exploits of Noisette Trenade, because she owned the windmill which you now own. Oh, this is from that historian who called before. Maybe she can help me figure out why Dita was carrying that obituary around. Playtime's over, little guy. Or girl. This fabric is so strange. It's soft and metallic all at the same time. Here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. Nuts, I was this close. Nuts, I was this close. If I were an insect, where would I hide? Ew! I thought working for a fashion designer was going to be glamorous. Say goodnight, Gracie. Here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. There, that has got to be the last bug. can open the door now, Manette.
Did you get all of the bugs?
Yes, Manette.
How many are there?
I don't know, 9?
Are they all alive?
Yes, Manette.
Are you sure you didn't kill any?
Positive.
And they're all in the box?
Yes.
Okay, listen. I want you to take that box to the park and let those things go. Only I don't want to be here when you come out. Probably the only thing those twisted little vermin are thinking about right now is revenge.
Manette, they're cockroaches.
Exactly! So I want you to count to 10, and then, and only then, are you to come out of there, all right?
Anything you say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What a nut job. Uh-oh. Dad made me promise not to go anywhere by myself after dark. This'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Modern European History, Lynn Manrique.
Hello, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Paris. Actually, I talked to you earlier when you tried to call Manette.
She's finally calling me back? Wonderful. Please, put her on.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid she's still too busy to talk to you.
Oh,
But if you don't mind, could I ask you a couple of questions about Noisette Tournade?
certainly.
How long did she live in the Moulin, where Manette now has her studio?
She lived there for 55 years, from 1949 to 2004. She sold it when she moved to Provence, which is where she passed away. She never married, you know. Very private person. She served as Paris's Director of Public Works for more than 20 years, yet not one person has been able to tell me what her favorite color was.
What did she do during the war?
From 1942 until the liberation of Paris, Noisette worked as a translator for the Germans by day and an encoder for the French resistance by night. This, as you might imagine, made everyone suspicious of her, both French and Germans alike. And after the war, things got ugly. Especially when people found out she was romantically involved with a German soldier. His name was Hans von Schwesterkrank.
You're kidding me. What happened to him?
Hans left Paris right after the war and never returned, leaving Noisette to fend for herself. She was tried as a collaborator in 1946 and acquitted, but the experience left her quite bitter. You see, some people said that during the war she took various pieces of artwork, mostly from churches, and stashed them away somewhere so they wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
That sounds pretty heroic to me.
Well, some people said she stole them for herself, and unfortunately, the artwork remains lost to this day. No one knows exactly what Noisette took, or if indeed she took anything. In any case, Noisette was terribly hurt that the city she loved had turned on her like that. After her trial, she told the press that the truth of what she'd done during the war resided in her and in the person and place she loved the most. And that was that. She never spoke of her wartime activities again. I assume that the person she was referring to was Hans von Schwesterkrank, who passed away a year or two ago, and that the place was her beloved Moulin, which is why I'm hoping Manette will allow me to visit it. Now, I've got a question for you. In the hours before she died, Noisette was said to have constantly muttered 3 words: red, left, green. Is there anything inside the Moulin that has to do with red, left, green? Anything at all?
No, but I'll keep that in mind and let you know if I see something.
I'd appreciate it. Any other questions?
What was the French resistance?
That was the name given to the various groups of men and women who did their best to undermine Germany's military occupation of France during World War II. Some would engage in strikes and sabotage, while others would collect and pass intelligence along to the Allies. Needless to say, their operations were highly covert and very dangerous.
What else can you tell me about the German occupation of Paris?
The German army entered Paris on June 14, 1940, and after France formally surrendered on June 22nd, the Germans controlled the city. They took whatever they wanted: food, supplies, houses, artwork, and dictated how Parisians were to live their lives. Naturally, their presence was deeply resented. Some people ignored the situation as best they could. Some collaborated with the Germans, while others, like those in the resistance, fought back until the city was finally liberated on August 25, 1944.
After the war, when she was the director of public works, what kind of things did Noisette do?
She oversaw many of the services which the citizens of Paris enjoyed every day. Streets, bridges, parks, their maintenance all came under Noisette's purview. She particularly enjoyed putting various forms of art on permanent display in various public places, especially parks.
What's the story behind the Cross of Lorraine?
The vertical bar crossed by two horizontal bars is an emblem that was first used by Joan of Arc, as well as the Dukes of Lorraine in the 15th century. But during and after World War II, it became a symbol of the French resistance. Nowadays, it's not unusual to see it on statues or monuments commemorating the period in French history from 1940 to 1945.
What did you mean when you said Noisette was tried as a collaborator?
Collaborators were French citizens who not only failed to resist the occupation, but actually helped the Germans keep it going. Because Noisette had worked for the Germans as a translator and had a German boyfriend, after the war, many of her countrymen automatically accused her of collaboration. When it was revealed that she had been a member of the resistance, instead of exonerating her, that just made some people think she'd been spying for the Germans too. As I said before, it was an ugly time, one which poor Noisette spent the rest of her life trying to forget.
You've been very helpful. Thank you.
It was nothing. Goodbye. Hello?
Bonjour.
Oh, Nancy! George, go get on the other line, quick. It's Nancy. And remember, talk fast. She's calling all the way from France. So where are you? What have you seen? How do you like Paris? What's Minette like? Have you learned how to design clothes?
Bess, slow down. You don't have to talk fast, okay? My dad bought me a phone card and told me to make as many calls as I want.
Oh, great.
Hi, Nance. What's going on? How's Paris? Have you seen the Louvre? What about the Eiffel Tower? How many famous people have you met?
George, 3 words. Prepaid phone card.
Oh, great. Hey, perfect timing. We were just about to go for a run.
Whoa, wait a minute. A run?
Jog. I meant jog.
But you said run.
I meant jog.
You know how I feel about the R word, George.
Jog. We're going for a jog, Bess. Honest. So, Nance, tell us about Minette.
Well, she's very high-strung.
Why do you say that?
Well, the first time I walked into her office, I was almost decapitated by the potted plant she'd just thrown.
She threw a potted plant at you? Before she even knew you? That was rude.
Actually, she was throwing it at Heather, her assistant. Oh, and Bess, according to Minette, when something is cool, she says it's totally rude.
Rude. You know, that's got a ring to it. He is one rude dude. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna start saying that.
I told you guys before I left that I'd be rooming with Jing Jing Ling, right?
You mean, you really are?
Yes.
We thought you were kidding.
What's she like?
Well, she likes to lie to people.
She likes to lie?
She says the acting practice that lying gives her helps her be a better model.
Be a better model, maybe. But a better person? I don't think so.
I took this very strange phone call from Annette. At least I tried to.
What was so strange about it?
The guy wouldn't give me his name, and he sounded very hostile, and he had a German accent. And, not long after that, some unknown person sent Minette a box of cockroaches.
Ew, yuck.
Tell me about it. They got loose all over her office, and she made me find them and put them back in the box.
Double yuck.
Did any kind of note come with them?
Nope.
Sending anonymous letters is one thing, but sending live vermin sounds to me like things are getting personal.
Yeah, let's just hope they don't start to get deadly.
It turns out that one of the threatening letters Minette got was sent by none other than her own assistant, Heather McKay.
You're kidding. Why would she do that?
I have no idea. Guess I'm going to have to ask her.
Just be careful. Maybe Minette's flakiness is contagious.
Guess I should get back to work.
Bye-bye.
Soyez prudent.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
Nancy? As in Drew? I thought you were in France.
I am in France.
Frank, pick up the phone down there. It's Nancy Drew calling from France. Everything okay?
Everything's great.
Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Frank. Whoa, you sound out of breath.
Not out of breath, out of shape.
Me? Hey, you're the one who's been taking a break for the last 2 hours.
Break from what?
Carrying furniture upstairs. Carpet layers are coming to redo the basement tomorrow, so we gotta get everything out. And I use the term we loosely.
Hey, I'm pacing myself here.
You're in the kitchen eating jelly donuts, aren't you?
Not anymore.
Well, I made it to Paris okay.
Great. Exactly where are you?
Right now, I'm in the Latin Quarter.
Wait a minute. I thought you were in France, not Central America.
She's in the Latin Quarter of Paris, Joe, not Latin America.
They call it the Latin Quarter because it's where the Sorbonne University is. And until 1793, Latin was the area's official language.
Oh, what are you doing there?
I'm in the apartment Amy Grunhild arranged for me. In fact, did I tell you who my roommate is?
Is it somebody we know?
Jing Jing Ling.
Jing Jing Ling? The model? You're rooming with J.J. Ling, the famous Australian model?
Yep.
But put her on.
Joe, just calm down.
I'm calm. I'm very calm. I'm completely calm. I just want to say hi, that's all. Put her on.
I can't put her on, Joe. She's not here. Sorry.
Oh. Think maybe you could put her on later?
Maybe later, yeah.
Sweet.
Minette's studio is something else.
Before you left, you mentioned it was an old windmill or something?
Right. It's in an old moulin. That's French for windmill.
Like that cabaret, the Moulin Rouge.
Exactly. And like the Moulin Rouge, Minette's windmill is in the section of Paris called Montmartre. The outer office looks like any other modern office, but Minette's studio, which is inside the moulin itself, is very old and funky.
How long has she been there?
Only about a year or so, long enough for her to throw paint all over the wall in a fit of anger,
She throws paint?
among other things.
Yikes.
Parts of Paris are real quaint, like you can buy stuff from these vendors in the park, but if you want to get a good deal, you have to haggle with them.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like a pain.
Oh, Frank, where's your spirit of free enterprise? What kind of stuff do they have, Nancy?
Everything imaginable. It's like a garage sale, only in a park.
I love garage sales.
I hate garage sales.
Plus, their inventory is always changing, so people keep going back to them just to see what new stuff they have.
I wish haggling was common in this country. There's nothing better than feeling like you've gotten yourself a really good deal on something.
And when somebody rips you off?
Nobody rips me off, Frank. Okay, except for that bogus concert ticket I bought from Gerald, the budding juvenile delinquent Higginbotham in junior high school. But I was young then, very young.
I'll check back with you later.
Au revoir.
Au rev. Ditto.
Okay, guys, end of the line. You are out of here.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. You are wise to return. I have many new things. You see?
Yes, you do. I could use a French-English dictionary. How much?
This is the best French-English dictionary you can buy in all of Paris. Not too big, simple to use, hundreds and hundreds of words. I practically give it to you for 30 euro.
How about 23 euros?
It is yours. What else appeals to you?
Actually, I'm not interested in buying anything right now.
Then you will just have to come back.
I might just do that. Bye.
Au revoir. Bonjour, mademoiselle. What you need, I am sure to have.
Well, actually, I'm not interested in buying anything right now.
Then you will just have to come back.
I might just do that. Bye.
Au revoir.
Did you get the stuffed parrot?
Here you go. What's it for, anyway?
It's a Minette thing. You wouldn't understand. No one would.
Why did you write Minette that threatening letter?
What? You think I wrote those letters?
I think you wrote at least one of them.
Can you prove it?
The letters on it match the memo you sent Minette about fonts.
Okay. Couple months ago, I got so fed up with her that I just had to get back at her somehow. I'd seen how upset those other letters made her, so I sent one of my own, but just that one. And I never intended to really do anything to her. I just wanted her to suffer. You know, emotionally.
The way she made you suffer when she started going out with Dieter.
You really don't miss a trick, do you? I thought when she dumped him like that he'd finally come to his senses and realize that I'm the one he should be with. But even now, even after she broke up with him, she still has some kind of weird, sick hold on him. Look, you're not going to tell Minette about this, are you? There's really no need. It'll just upset her all over again. And she's so far behind as it is. And there's no telling how she'd take it out on me. Or on you, for that matter, just for telling her. So don't say anything to her, okay?
I'm gonna have to think about it. I'll see you later. Sounds like someone's in the dark room. Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Are you in there?
Who's there?
Nancy Drew. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
I'm very busy. You'll have to come back.
I just wondered what you were doing in Square du Vert Galant Park.
I was just taking a walk.
You dropped an obituary about Noisette Tornade. Shall I leave it for you?
There's no need. I don't want it.
Why were you carrying it around?
Because I was going to send it to my grandmother. I thought she knew the woman. Turns out she didn't.
You also dropped some kind of trinket. Looks like a miniature clock.
That's something my great-uncle Hans gave me. It's actually a key. It opens the panel over there to the right of the bookshelf. He lived here during the war. The place has been in the family ever since.
What's behind the panel?
Go ahead and see for yourself. Just be prepared to go a little cuckoo.
Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Are you in there?
Who's there?
Nancy Drew. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
I'm very busy. You'll have to come back.
But this is really important. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Well, if you want, you could take some stock photos for me.
Sure.
The list of things I need pictures of is on my desk. You can use the camera I let you borrow.
I'll get right on it. Oh no, the list is in French. What's up with this? Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Believe it or not, that key your uncle gave you opened up some kind of passageway. Is it okay if I see where it goes?
A passageway? He never said anything about a passageway. Go ahead and explore it all you want. Just be careful. This building is very old.
Wonder if his name is Boris. I wonder what that symbol means. The year when our despair ended. The year when my despair began. Wonder what that thing is. Those dials remind me of the stone discs in Minette's studio, the ones she got paint all over.
Bonjour. What intrigues Mademoiselle this time?
Well, let's see. What's this book about?
That is a very good book about codes which are commonly used. It is a mere 15 euro.
How about 8 euros?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
That looks just like the picture that was in Noisette's code book. How much is this?
I have been told that it is probably a decoder used by those who resisted the German occupation of World War II.
Really? How much do you want for it?
Nothing. It is not for sale. It is a piece of history. I have it only as an eye-catcher.
But you're a businessman. You must be willing to part with it for something.
I will trade you one piece of history for another. You give me a bottle of Mouton Fouetté 1968, and I give you the decoder.
Deal. What's Mouton Fouetté?
Mouton Fouetté 1968 is a very rare beverage that is usually stored underground. Unfortunately, finding an intact bottle has become next to impossible. But if you want the decoder, the impossible is what you must do. So, get me a bottle of Mouton Fouetté 1968. I will accept nothing less. In the meantime, what else tickles the fancy?
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.